You know, this quote from the Department of Justice is really chilling. This suspect, Dye, allegedly threatened to stab and slit the throat of any Jewish males he sees on campus, to rape and throw off a cliff any Jewish females, and to behead any Jewish babies. In that same post, Dye threatened to bring an assault rifle to campus and shoot all you pig Jews. I mean, stark. The Justice Department putting out that statement. Your thoughts on this and what it means at your university?
This is absolutely appalling. And when I left Cornell after my graduate studies in 2016, as I see these kinds of statements come out of that institution, it's absolutely unrecognizable. Many of my classmates that I was in class with, they were Jewish. You should see the text messages and the emails that I've gotten. It's absolutely horrifying. And there's a fine line between free speech and hate speech. And just because you are a Jewish student does not give others the right to condemn your religion and who you are as a human being and as a person. And we're seeing this not just at Cornell, but we're seeing this all over the country, this rise of anti-Semitism. And if you are a professor that's spewing this hatred toward Jewish people, you should be fired. If you are a student that's perpetuating this hate, you should be expelled. End of discussion. And at some point, these institutions have got to take a lead and stand for doing the right thing, and that's stopping hate speech at our premier institutions. And it's spreading, it seems. I mean, it seems like this has increased at different college campuses. You have some Board of Regents, some officials on different boards. You have some alumni that are stepping up and saying this is unacceptable. But overall, it seems to be spreading. It is. And Bret, when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. When you allow wokeism to infiltrate your institutions like we've seen it for the past few years, this is kind of the result of that. These Board of Regents needs to actually get together and have conversations about how we allow people to learn, but also learn in a safe way, and how we differentiate hate speech from free speech. How do you see this effort to censure your Democratic colleague, Rashida Tlaib, from Michigan? How do you stand on that? I view her as being the leader of the Hamas caucus. And if you are a sitting United States congressperson and you cannot condemn the acts of Hamas, if you cannot condemn the worst act that we've seen against the Jewish people since the Holocaust, then why are you even in Congress, and how do you even call yourself an American? I'm glad we are taking this round, because we're going to expose these people for exactly who they are. If you're not willing to condemn what Hamas did to these people in Israel, I'm sorry, I cannot believe I can even call you a colleague of mine. You know, it's interesting. The House Speaker had a bit of a different take. Take a listen to Speaker Johnson.
Part of the price of free speech, part of the way our system works, is that sometimes we have to be exposed to ideas that are crazy and that we don't agree with. But I always remind my colleagues as conservatives, we're not in the censorship business. The left is the one that wants to censor and silence viewpoints they disagree with.
So how do you react to that?
First of all, I'm a big fan of our new speaker, and I want to congratulate Mike Johnson for this role. He's clearly the right man for the job. But I think this is where we need to have a serious conversation about the difference between hate speech and free speech. We look at what's happening in our schools across the country, and of course you're going to see that when you're seeing leaders in the halls of Congress unable to condemn the actions of Hamas. We are the leaders of this country. We are the harbingers of creating laws in this country. And so obviously young people are going to watch that, and we're going to set the tone and the example of what we're seeing after that. My issue is this: if you are a congresswoman or a congressman, you should be able to condemn the actions of a terrorist organization.
Congressman Wesley Hunt, we appreciate your time this morning.
God bless you. Thank you, Bret. Appreciate you having me.